In this video, I'm going to show you the other way to create the splash screen, and what we're doing on this one is actually creating another XML page or another activity. And so what I've done so far is nothing new. I have one activity that I've called activity_splash.xml, and I just did it by same way we've done before in the past, where we will right click on my main activity and I'll choose new activity, and then I chose empty activity, and then when it asks the name, I put in the activity splash, and the rest kind of unfolded from there. And so I have two, let me close this up so I have some more real estate. So I have two activities, two pages that I've created. One is this activity splash.xml, and all I've done on this one is I have put in a text view, and then I called it text splash, and then gave it some font color. And then if you scroll down far enough, you can put in an image. So I've already taken the liberty of imported several images, Hawaii 5-0, and Brother Is. So I'm utilizing that image as the background for this text view, which is giving me what's going to end up being my text view, my splash screen. And then on my activity main, just simply I've put in two images and then two buttons. And the idea in the upcoming video is that I'll be able to click on these buttons and then play the appropriate music that is associated with each of those images. But what this video is dealing with is the splash screen. And so the idea here is this will be our splash screen, and we will have it, we'll set a timer that will display this activity for 5 seconds, and then it'll pull up the main activity. And the way we do that is in my splash activity, we already have set. Let's close up some windows here. I've already written the code. It's a really simple short code, so I don't have to, I didn't want to type it in as we go. So in the code, you can see that we did a public class splash activity, and then I extended app compat activity. And then it should automatically type in or write for you this protected onCreate method for you that I think it should, I'm just thinking of a different video. This should already have been created for you, so you shouldn't have to change any of that code. It should have already come when you created your new activity in the beginning of this video. But what we are doing is we're setting a timer, and the idea behind the timer is we are going to set it so after a certain amount of seconds, in this case 5,000 milliseconds or 5 seconds, run this task that we created. And so what's happening is our splash activity is running, and so that page with that we created for the splash screen will be shown for 5 seconds, at which time, after 5 seconds, finish indicates that close up the resources for this activity, close them, put them away, end the threads, etc., and then start a new activity. And the new activity that we're going to start then is opening up our main activity class. So this is going to simulate our the splash activity is going to be our splash screen. So the last part of this is then we have to go into our manifest, Android manifest, and we have to change this around so that, again, the splash activity is what's run automatically or from the start. And so I just came in and changed splash, this used to be main activity, so I changed it to splash activity. So this remains the same. And then we have our main activity already also registered. So we're going to make sure that our splash activity is the one that runs first. And then we have registered the main activity, which is being run from our splash activity. So the splash activity runs. We've set a timer in which we've defined the tasks that we're going to run. We are going to utilize that timer. We're going to create a new timer. We're going to call it opening, create a new instance of our timer class, and then we're going to open schedule. So from our class, we're going to run the method schedule, the task that we defined a little earlier, and then after 5 seconds. So that being done, let's pull over our emulator and see it happen. And so I'm going to open up that, call it Hawaii Meli, And then there's our splash screen. And after 5 seconds, we should then see our lists of music to be played. And we'll actually attach music to those on the next video.